1, 2. What's going on? Straight Up Podcast Pre-Mix. Please share, like, and subscribe. Welcome. Shout out Big Time, Big Stacks at nighttime. True hip hop cipher, where only the hottest bars and slickest rhymes are allowed to be expressed on beat. This is some classic shit. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your host Big Stacks, welcoming you inside a true hip hop cipher, where only the hottest bars and slickest rhymes are allowed to be expressed on beat. JB Swift, DJ Rack, what it do? Got my man Nighttime, and first up the back is the one and only Rob Ski.
Straight bolos, ever since I've been solo. Bang that ski shit, might be too steep to peep it. Telekinesis, I'm back again, ravaging. Anti-average, packaging, smack pathogens. Phenomenon, mysteries up in drama. My prototype's too hot for a thermometer. Linguistic, lyrical specialist, flow effortless, your best death wish, you breathless, fresher than breath mints, a smooth soother like Luther, blues crooner, stay in tune to musicology, high vibrational energy, walking to Tennessee with God-given ability. Who feeling me? Another symphony, greater intensity, we're making a memory, specialize in making hands rise, eyes open, blast all targets like a red dot scoping. Classic.
Peace, Davenport. Technical difficulties. Give me a second. What's going on, everybody? Technical difficulties. Gonna kick back up. All right. Sorry about that. What's going on, everybody? Pardon, got a little technical difficulty. We'll be back up in just a second. In the meantime, let's see here. This my luck. What it do? What's going on? What up, Shelly Reed? How you doing, Shelly? How you doing? DJ Rec, JB Swift, Davenport, my man, my mellow comrades, DOM. That's right.
Check.
Let's go. Come on, man. Work. There we go. What happens when you mess with computers?
Could you hear me?
Yeah.
Could you hear me? How do I sound?
Bro. Yeah, I can
too
hear
loud.
you. I got
too
you.
loud. Too loud. Too loud.
Way
Too loud.
man.
Too loud. Too loud.
Way too loud.
Too loud. Too loud. Too loud. Too loud.
Big Stacks, never favorite. And hair grease. What up, Digger Hurts? Thank you.
Dropping punishing paragraphs and hot bars. 80s get bruised, scarred, fricasseed and charred. No triggers to murk. It's an ill nigga alert. Big Stacks bringing the hurt, cause I'm putting in work. To write a pinpoint verse, to hit you in the numbers like graph work. Leaving critics mad and ass hurt. To wonder why I never bleep or blunder. As I bring the thunder to slam shit like Mike Rotunda. Bounce hit the deck when I spit wreck. On 3 alarm beats to get checks like Dipset. I make gems by the dozens, kid. Leaving the mic so hot, I gotta hold it with an oven mitt. Like a wick, I'm lit, reciting intricate slick shit. Hotter than your grandmama's biscuits. Or a butter sticks of birds and hot grits. A
your boy Big Stacks up here in the mic booth. And yo, I know what y'all thinking. I'm thinking I'm a producer cat, so I ain't supposed to be up in here trying to spit some bars. But quiet as kept, I'm a straight up B-boy dude, representing the full culture, rhymes, beats, cuts, and all of that. So it's my time to shine. I'm about to show y'all how it really goes down. Check it. Big Stacks, the one-man band, rocking a solo, rapping hip-hop from Bangladesh back to Soho, on the dolo, infinite skills on the so-so, beats with the streets, my shit be bouncing like a yo-yo. Oh no! Sick with the flow, quick with it, bro. Sitting on foes with pros higher than Vertigo. Like the bubonic, iconic, getting green like chronic, strongest bionic, police electronic devices.
Smith and Smith, double trouble. Dream snatcher.
Every damn pot in my home. Cook a nigga grits, scrambled eggs with cheese. Fried piece of swine with the fat and the grease. Brand new fitted, yep, the D, old English. Open up the fridge, what I see, old English. Piggyback the yak, put the Henny in the system. Cause ain't no telling if I fuck 'em, will I diss 'em? I'm on my dollar bill, yeah, your boy living
Better podcast.
What's
like going?
Chris Kringle. And when I say hoes, I ain't talking about women, it's them divas, sativas that keep a nigga lifted. That diesel, that Maui, that Afghani Kush, cause they keep a nigga blazing. They make me feel good. Yo, I feel like $1,000,000, so what up? Finer than a nigga ever felt his whole entire life. And I swear you can't tell me shit, nope. The boy is so out of this world, cause I'm one of a kind. I knew this chicken from the mitten, she like, Guilt, I know you spittin', and I love all of your writtens. I'm like, girl, who are you getting? I'm the best you ever heard. You obsessed with every word. Get your ass up off the curb and start acting like a bird. And fly with your boy, cause I'm on another level. Eyes go blind, cause I shine like a bezel. Said it's a far cry to ever call a nigga arrogant, cause you ain't never met a nigga with these characteristics. My skin is tint high yellow. This fly fellow speaking, make your thighs mellow. Melt you down like hot jello. Steam you up like pot kettles. Make you hit that fly settle. Question this and I'll tell you, baby, it's like God broke the road when he made this creation. You should get with this, no pause, hesitation. And yes, I'm well aware I might be short in stature, but I got a big dick and that's what keeps me happy. Yo, I feel like $1,000,000, so what up? Finer than a nigga ever felt his whole entire life. And I swear you can't tell me shit, nope. The boy is so out of this world, cause I'm one of a kind.
Yo.
Welcome to Straight Up Podcast number 24, episode number 24 on this 19th day of September. Welcome everybody here. We got some of the panel here. Coop, we can hear you. Dre, we can hear you. We're good. Let's go. Everyone's here. Still waiting on Ricks and Pot to join us. Guess we'll see when we get there. I'm DJ Wild Body. Welcome everyone in the chat. Thanks for tuning in for the pre-show. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Diggerhurst, Davenport, Shelly Reed, JB Swift, DJ Rec. Salutations. Real quick on the panel, I need a favor. I need a real big favor. If you guys could please, we're doing some reaction videos today as well as talking about censorship, as you all know from the Facebook post. Anything that you would like to, please put the links to the videos in the chat. Anything that we could react to and talk about. Please don't be shy. Please, if you could, do us a favor of putting some video links in the chat so we can react. We have a few we're going to use as well. But, yeah, that'd be greatly appreciated. So, man, getting on with it. I want to give a shout-out to our sponsor, Pop Pop's Woodshop, specializing in custom woodworking. Custom woodworking. Coffee tables, china cabinets, they do it all. They're dedicated to providing you with top quality work at the utmost professionalism. Give them a call today, 904-235-9248. Give them a code PICK. That's P-I-C-K. Once again, 2021, the 19th day of September. Really quick. Let's go through real quick. Let's talk about what we talk about. Week 1 scores. Philadelphia, they edged the Falcons score. I'm sorry, let's start here. Yeah, Philadelphia edged the Atlanta Falcons, scored 32-6. Pittsburgh over Buffalo, 23-16. Cincinnati over Minnesota, 27-24. San Francisco 49ers over Detroit, 41-33. Arizona, they beat Tennessee, 38-13. Seattle over Indianapolis, 28-16. The Chargers, they beat the Washington football team, 20-16. Carolina over the Jets, 19-14. Houston over Jacksonville, 37-21. Kansas City, they edged the Cleveland Browns, 33-29. Real good game there. Miami edges New England Patriots, score 17-16. The Saints give the Green Bay Packers a spanking. They beat them 38-3. And the Denver Broncos beat the New York Giants, score as usual, 27-13. Chicago, 34-14. And Baltimore, Vegas, that was a barn burner. The Raiders end up edging them in OT, score 27-33. Today's schedule, we have, already Thursday night game. The Giants lose again to the Washington football team, score 30-29. Today, 1 p.m., Patriots going into the house of the Jets that the Giants built, taking on the 0-1 Jets. The Broncos, 1-0, taking on the 0-1 Jaguars in Jacksonville. The 0-1 Bills visit South Beach. They take on the 1-0 Dolphins. The 1-0 49ers go up to the Lincoln Financial Field to take on the 1-0 Eagles. The 1-0 Rams, which is my favorite to win it all, take on the 0-1 Colts on the road. Raiders, they go over to Pittsburgh, Heinz Field, take on the 1-0 Steelers, both teams undefeated. The 1-0 Bengals, for probably the first time since 1995, take on the 0-1 Bears at Soldier Field. The 1-0 Texans visit the Browns, the doghouse, 0-1 Browns. 1-0 Saints, I'm sorry, that's the 0-2 Saints. What they're doing here? They take on the Panthers. Vikings take on the Cardinals. Falcons, Buccaneers. Titans take on the Seahawks. Cowboys visit the Chargers. And the Chiefs tonight at 8:20. They're 1-0, taking on the 0-1 Ravens. And for the Monday night game on the 20th, you got the 0-1 Lions taking on the 0-1 Packers division matchup. Agent Smith 78, what is going on, my G? Good to hear from you. Diggerhurst and the rest of the DOM crew as well as other listeners. Thank y'all for checking us out. Once again, if the chat should be so kind, we like to get some great. We have some reaction videos already in store for you, but I would like the users to and the listeners to submit. Just throw the link in the chat there for some links, for some good videos for us to react on and talk about. That would be greatly appreciated. Now to the panel. What's going on? We got Pot, we got Coop, we got Brother Ani. Ricks will be joining us pretty soon. He has something to take care of. It's neither here nor there. So how's everybody doing?
Maintaining.
Fine as wine.
Huh?
Fine as wine.
Fine as wine. We're talking about wine. What's going on? Shout out to yeah, man. Shout out to
Oh, that's why.
shout out to your daughter Pot for her 6th birthday yesterday, man. Proud dad, 6-year-old. Had a good time.
Little cuz.
Little cuz, you know what I mean?
Had a great time, yeah. Long night, but I'm good. It's all good.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Last week went pretty well. Shout out to everyone who participated last week. Shout out to today. I think today will be a good one. We talked about sports already. UFC on last night. Really nothing. Anthony Smith fought and choked the guy out. Really nothing on the card. It was kind of a mid-card thing there. Yes, so Spence and Crawford has been confirmed in that fight. Pot, do you think Crawford is going
You
to
mean
lose?
whatchamacallit, Crawford and
Crawford and Porter. Sorry, Crawford
yeah.
and Porter. What do you see how that fight goes, man?
Oh, how I see it? Well, with my logic, I'm gonna go by my logic because I'm not really putting a bulletproof, one-sided look at this, but I think Porter gonna whip that. But you know what I mean? That's all I gotta say. I think Porter put the pressure on him. He gonna see something that he ain't never seen before. Porter's the man. Porter's the best boxer, just like Show.
I don't know about that, child. I don't know about that, child. Spence is a beast.
With my logic, we're not talking about Spence. This is Spence.
Oh.
This is Porter. Yo, hold up. Porter is in a controversial fight when he lost to Spence. Like, some people think that Porter won that fight, and I thought he did
about
too.
Crawford Porter. Who you got next?
Oh, Crawford.
Porter.
I'm taking Porter because he's a pressure man. He put the pressure on you from 1 to 12.
Not beating Bud Crawford. Sorry.
I don't know, but they say Crawford ain't fought nobody. He ain't fought nobody.
He's a good fighter, though.
Yep.
I'll
He
take
ain't fought
that.
nobody.
I'll take that, man. So yeah, man. So once again, we're gonna be talking about censorship. That's our main course today. We're gonna be talking about censorship. We'll set it up. We'll talk about it. There's a lot to do. There's a thin line between censorship, freedom of speech. There's licensing censorship. There's all kind of censorship. So, brother Ani, if you could, man, let's set the tone with the censorship, sir.
Is brother Ani alive?
Is brother Ani here? He's talking. We had
we can't hear you, Ani.
we had his oh no.
Damn.
Real. All right. So we're talking about censorship, and we're gonna apply censorship to real quick. Let me give you the definition of censorship. It is the suppression or prohibition of any parts of books, films, news, etc. that are considered obscene, politically unacceptable, or a threat to security. Censorship. If you guys know, our first ever podcast got censored, got blocked, got flagged, if you will, on YouTube because we were talking about the jab and we're talking about 1-9 and we're giving our honest opinion on that. Now that I look into it now, I guess they could have probably put that under the umbrella of threat to national security, basically trying to censor us to make so everyone is not a worldwide panic, if you will, quote unquote, which I think is bullshit, but that's just my opinion. So let's talk about censorship and how it applies to to us.
I mean, to me, it looked like they hiding something if they trying to do that. It's supposed to be freedom of speech, right?
Yeah.
But I guess that's bullshit. It's not really freedom of speech because certain things they silence you. So if you silencing me, and I'm not doing anything to hurt anybody. It's different if you try to hurt somebody. I'm not doing it. This is my opinion. Maybe my research. Some people do a lot of research. How can you tell me that I can't talk about it? I'm just supposed to go with what you say.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I see that as bullshit.
Right.
That's my opinion on that.
Brother Ani, are you there? He's gone. Oh, is he here? Yeah, I hear you. I'm on the fence when it comes to a lot of with censorship. Mainly, if you look back into 1980, the big influenza cover up where they weren't telling these soldiers that there was a bad case of the influenza running around, and they chose not to tell them because they didn't want to mess the morale up. They end up losing half of the deaths because they were censored, and they didn't want to cause them to panic. So when there's certain things out there that that people need to know, I think we need to know. If there's someone sitting in a room with me that possibly could give me something, I think that I should be able to know about that, you know?
Exactly.
And it's a thin line when it comes to that, especially at your workplace where they walk around, and if someone did have or did come down with 1-9 and no one says, hey, where are they at? Or they're on vacation. Why shouldn't I know that I could possibly, maybe I need to go ahead and take care of myself? You know, I don't think that, I think there's a thin line with that, and I think that when this came along, it should have been stuff already from 1918 that was put in place. There's certain kind of censorship. Now, I don't agree. Now, if there's a big movie theater and someone yells fire, 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 and people get trampled to death, you know, I'm not going to be like, yeah, he has freedom of speech to do that. There are kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's not something you can really control or govern.
Right.
But basically, it's a form of control, because how are you going to tell me that I can't have an opinion, or I can't do my own research and see another way? You trying to tell me the way, and I just supposed to close my eyes blindly and just go right into what you're telling me. So how can you tell me that that's right? There's no way in the world you can tell me that's right. Censorship, I mean, come on.
Well, you gotta think about it, man. That's what it was designed for.
That's what it was designed for.
I think
This all was put in place for this reason. Social media, all that was put in place for this reason. Social media ain't no mistake. Social media is evolution of the system. That's what social media.
Yeah, it's basically the Matrix, as we always go back to that. But that's basically what it is. The Matrix is a form of control. Control.
Dre, do you have
What up?
Dre,
Y'all can hear me?
you in there? Yeah, we hear you now.
loud and clear.
We don't see you, but we hear you. We hear you.
We hear you. We're talking about censorship, man. I want you to set the.
Yeah, you the man for this. We need you.
Damn, my mic was fucking up. But nah, shit, I'm fresh out of Facebook jail on some
Welcome
bull.
back from Facebook jail, man.
And I didn't post anything controversial. I actually posted one of our videos, but I typically don't post things on the front side of Facebook. It's normally like in a group where you have to have members who you allow in, but for whatever reason they didn't like the video, and they threw me in Facebook jail for a couple of days. The bottom line is, like Coop said, when you censorship right now is based on the fact that they want to control the narrative. And when you want to control the narrative, you want everybody to follow only what you're putting out. And with that being said, there's something that they're hiding that they don't want you to find out. So, you know, you should understand, if they want you to only follow one form of information and they demonize anything else that comes out that might be factual, they're hiding something. That is,
go ahead. But you know what's so sad about it? They really don't have to. They don't have to censor, because the people that's what we call following, they look at us as crazy anyway. So I don't know what the point is on censoring it for, because they're gonna do what they fear to do. You know what I mean? I mean, they're gonna do what they're drawn towards. They're gonna look at people who's going against it as crazy and this and that. And so I don't see the point of sensitizing to that.
Yeah, because the majority of people gonna go with the national media anyway. Whatever the media is saying, they follow. They just go like blind sheep into the slaughter.
It's a numbers game at this point. So let's not even worry about the ones who gonna follow, because actually you got more people who are not. It appears to us, because we have a very limited vantage point when we're looking at this big ass picture. But most of the people who are following, there's a very small percentage of people who are actually following this narrative. You got a lot of people in this country, as well as the entire world, who are not going along with this plan. They're just not letting us know what's going on in other places. So it looks like it's a small majority, and it's just a small group of people saying, nah, I don't fuck with that. That's bullshit. It's way more people that's saying hell no than it is than people that are saying yes. And it's just like the ants, not ants, but the Bugs Life cartoon.
Yeah.
When the grasshoppers was talking. So once you allow enough people to stand up and say, fuck this, it's over. So it's a numbers game right now. They playing a numbers game right now.
Yo, and it goes to them statistics. They always giving us statistics. How can we prove statistics? They just put something on the board. 50% of the people believe this. 40.
Yeah,
we don't know that shit to be true. It's bullshit half the time, I believe. I mean, we can't prove it, so you just go with it. Okay, you tell your wife, you tell your friends, you tell everybody. Statistics show such and such. How can that be proven though? There's no way to fucking prove that. It's either you believe it or you don't. But a lot of people believe it. I'm sure we all know people that go with statistics all the time. Most people believe it.
And there's been a lot of
data-driven people, man. I know people like that all the time, man. RT on the chat says we need to watch The Social Dilemma on Netflix in regards to talking social media and the Matrix.
Okay, what is The Social Dilemma? What is it, like a documentary or?
Yeah, well, what is that about? RTO, what is
what
that
we
about?
talking about? I guess
to be honest, most of the truth of what's going to go down, they've already shown you either in a movie, a video, a book. It's all been laid out. So it's just crazy. A matter of Now I'm gonna even ask you that. Like, why do they do that? Why they show it to us? Well, the reason, and here's the thing, we talking about high science here. When you're trying to bypass karma, you have to tell the person what you're going to do to them. At that point, they have to choose to be a willing participant. And if they choose, which is a choice, to be a willing participant, you bypass karma. Yeah, now the rule of the game is you don't know how it's going to be presented to you. You just got to be conscious enough to know what's being put in front of you. And most people are not.
Yeah.
So we sign up for a lot of shit, don't even realize we signed up for it. And
like everything. Even with like food, like, I mean, we all know that fried food, just anything unhealthy. We know it's unhealthy. So we like, how can you really get mad at them? I guess the way they look at it, you already know it's unhealthy. Everything's out there, but you keep buying it. So don't get mad at us for selling it. Basically.
Exactly. So they bypassing karma when they put it out there and show you. So if they show you the whole layout, keep in mind this whole situation, so-called pandemic or whatever, they basically laid this shit out in different and this video is all on YouTube at this point. They had conferences and they had seminars and they had PowerPoint presentations about the potential of what might happen if X, Y, and Z breaks out, right? We looking at it as, they just having a meeting. No, they telling you what the fuck they gonna do. So don't get caught up in, especially when they tell you we're gonna run a drill. A drill is letting you know what's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. That's what that's about.
Mm-hmm. Tornado drill, whatever.
All that. So you got a peep game. Yeah. So I tell people, look, if you conscious, always do the opposite. They tell you drink the water, don't fucking drink the water.
Yeah.
They tell you to it's not safe to go outside. Fucking go outside.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because they never have your best interest. So the bottom line is do the opposite. Question and do the opposite.
All right.
It's always benefiting them.
Right. Yeah, I mean the whole beginning of the censorship, well, kind of with Truman and all, with I kind of like I don't like we were talking about before. If someone, freedom of speech, I'm very big on freedom of speech, man. But as we run around here, it seems like there is no freedom of speech because there's always certain things in place to. I don't feel like this freedom of speech, man. I mean, hey, we talked on a podcast and they took it down, so let's not. I don't want to hear that freedom of speech shit, man. Freedom of bear arms, right to bear arms. I don't,
But hold up. Just let me get this little thing in. See, even though you have freedom of speech, there's ways to get around that. Freedom of speech.
It's always loopholes. There's
loopholes. You're right.
Social media itself is a way to get around it. That's not the government. That's social media doing it. You understand what I'm saying?
That's not the government. It's the government, though.
No. What I'm saying though, it's like the same thing with the jobs and the houses. When you come into somebody's house, if you gotta say something that they don't want you to say, you gotta get out their house. You have no roots in somebody else's home. That has nothing to do with the the outside. You know what I mean? You can speak and say all you want without being on somebody's platform. The person's platform, they can be like,
well, they got control of it. Yeah.
Talk about that. I'm gonna take even if the government is behind them, the government is using their platform. So it's like You can say what you want to say, but these platforms are people's personal,
Okay. Yeah. They basically control it. Yeah.
Well, there was.
I got you.
Over here. We don't want it over here. I mean, you can bring it somewhere else, but you can't bring it on my property. You can't bring it on my network. So when we say freedom of speech, we talking about somebody's network, personal network.
Well, Trump was working.
That's controlled. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, Trump was working. Well, okay, social media, and it's how it was presented to us, was supposed to be a place where information to be shared by the population around the world, connecting everybody. They weren't supposed to be in the business of being able to influence or control information. That's not what the social media situation was created for. What they did was, because they're not publishers, and what Trump was trying to do, there's a certain law that protects them from being in a position of being able to censor, because they're not really supposed to censor. But to keep it in a nutshell, social media is designed by agencies, the alphabet agencies. They're the ones who created ultimately these platforms. They put the face of Zuckerberg and all these other people up front to say they created this shit in a garage somewhere. That's bullshit. This shit was designed by very high skilled alphabet agencies to monitor information and what goes on in the population. They just put somebody's face out there to say, "Oh, such and such created this shit." That's bullshit. Trump was trying to strip them. He was trying to strip them of their protection to be able to censor, because they got too much power. So what they did was they started to spill over during the election time. They started to censor anything about election fraud, because you're not supposed to get involved in who people want to vote for at all. But social media started censoring people and getting involved in information that was coming out, because the information is free. So the information that was coming out about Joe Biden and his son and this laptop shit.
Right.
Social media stepped in and started censoring everybody who was trying to put forth that information so they could have a sound vantage point to figure out who they wanted to vote for.
Right.
But it got to a point where they censored so much of that shit. They kind of socially engineered, because that's what it is. Social media, social engineering. They socially engineered everybody towards this whole Biden situation. And you had people who voted for him. And now people are saying, hey, had I known what I know now, I probably wouldn't have voted for him. But they had a monopoly on the information.
They real quiet.
Yeah, they're real
quiet. They're not talking at all. They're not talking at all about any of his bad, delusional, clonish ways.
And they mad. But it's like, hey, you
I voted for him.
Never allow your enemy to pick and choose who you should be angry at. Because people fell into that whole game of disliking a person based on what somebody else is saying. Now that person is out, and they cheated. But what's going to happen is we waiting for the Arizona audits, the forensic audits they got going on right now. All that information about to come out. So when that comes out, that's a whole nother can of worms we're going to have to speak on. But the bottom line is they rigged the system to get old boy out, and they put who they needed in. He's in there. Gas is fucked up. You got mandates on we got to take flim flam and all this other stuff. Everything is in shambles right now. Everything is in shambles.
Yeah.
The orange guy wasn't having it. So you got to respect somebody who's saying, look, respect our country, man.
Hey, more and more.
And you got to look at his past. Trump was always like helping and making things, like he helped a lot of people make a lot of money. So
he did that, but everybody's so because everybody emotional. They caught up in he's racist and this and that.
Who's not racist?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Who don't have a little bit of racism in them?
You know what I was always told? Hold on, let me tell a story real quick. I knew this guy used to go to his local bar, a Jump Brook bar actually, and it was a guy. He was a racist. He let it know, and we was always talking. I was just curious of why he felt that way. And you know what he said to me, and it made sense. He said, "You know what, man? At the end of the day, we're all tribal. We're gonna make sure our tribe's taken care of, and we're gonna be real. It's all tribal, man. Even if you're not a hardcore racist, you're tribal. You're gonna take your people come first, man. I think a lot of people don't understand it. What the problem is classism for me. I think it's the classism, rich, the poor, and right.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. A lot of it is that.
The real, you shouldn't say money is the problem.
But this is a capitalistic society, so you're gonna have rich and poor. There's no other way around it.
Right.
Absolutely. And there's pros and cons on that, because the pros is you can get filthy rich if you so choose. You can do that here. Now, what if we lived in a society that says nobody could be rich? There's a cap on everything. Everybody's the same across the board.
Right.
Will people be cool with that?
Well, it says it's a capitalist society.
But
that's socialism.
I don't like someone that's rich and, hey, I did it, you can do it. That's and I kind of feel like that's like how Trump feels in get the other guy's name.
Well,
is that not true?
Yeah, that is kind of true though. What they said though.
If you can be rich,
I don't. Shit, you can do it.
I don't know. I think it's opportunity, time, and I think all that.
No, it's about taking sacrifices, man. It's about putting your nutsack outside the box.
If you built for that, hey, ain't nothing stopping you. A lot of our hangups are personal and mental and physical hangups that we got that we kind of like make excuses for. The bottom line is, it's like Trump was saying, I'm not going to create a system where I'm going to be taking care of people. I'm with that, because taking care of people have definitely crippled our community, because we feel like we should be taken care of. You create unproductive people, you create poverty and all this other stuff because you think somebody should take care of you. Trump's thing is, look, I'm going to create the opportunity for you. You got to get up and get it. And if you get up and get it, you got it. I can dig that.
Let me specify on that. I don't like a government where people people things, because I agree with you said. It creates lazy and also people that feel that they're entitled to things. But I don't feel like everyone sitting here is supposed to be a millionaire. I just don't. I mean, as far as being comfortable, paying your bills, taking care of your family,
you can't be.
Yeah, I agree. Everybody ain't supposed to be a millionaire. Everybody's supposed to be a boss.
I feel. Hold on.
Because if they was, we wouldn't have no job.
Let me speak. I forgot what I was gonna say. Pot. That damn Ginsu knife.
Go ahead, Silver Fox. Go ahead, Silver Fox.
I feel that. Damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. I'll come back to it. But everyone's here trying to, to make a living, and yes, there's yes, things helping people. That stuff is in place, and there's certain circumstances that people might need temporary help. Because of maybe health or death in family and stuff like that. I always felt that was in place to help people, and it should be used to help people. But people got around stuff and manipulated things and took advantage of it. And it's like I see people that strive to go on long-term disability. Ain't nothing wrong with them. I'm looking at them like, is that your end game? Is that what you're striving for? Like, you're happy that you went and got an MRI and it says your back's messed up and you can't work again? Are you like happy, like ecstatic, like they just beat the lottery? Like, yo, what is this? What are these people? What are we doing here, man? But they make the stuff that's there.
Because money is God.
They make it easy for the people to get, man. I see guys coming home, soldiers, guys that used to be in the military. I know a guy that just got a disability. Ain't nothing wrong with him. Said he saw his roommate try to commit suicide. Guy didn't die. He had some PTSD. He gets $1,200 a month for the rest of his life because he's seen someone try to kill himself. Nothing wrong with the dude, but it was an opportunity for him to take advantage of it. And that's why I think it should be some more stuff in place to actually weed out people that's trying to manipulate the system. Because it is easy to change.
Isn't that?
But that's kind of their choice. That they choose that. It's terms of being rich. It's all about choices. And what
I'm with that, but I think it's defective though. I think that shit is defective. I think that's not the way to think, man. Let me get on disability so I can collect a check.
No, that's them though. That's their choice. I mean, if you want to be that way,
think about it, bro.
I understand that. Hold on. I understand that. Cool. I'm just speaking.
I'm trying to understand your argument. You just
my argument is like, where are we at as a people to where that's the end game, and that's me. Let me get on full-time disability. That's a goal. Like, that's like almost like buying a house or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, I agree with you there. But But like when you say as a people, you talking about people in general or black or just people in general?
I'm just talking about people in general, man.
People in
This
general,
person
yeah.
wasn't
Okay,
even black,
I got
man.
you.
No, not even our people, man. This person was not us.
Okay, I got you.
Well,
You just
you
saying
gotta think about
it's an ignorant way of thinking. True. I
Yeah,
agree
I'm
with
like,
you.
this don't
I
get.
agree
I
with
don't
you.
get that. I don't get like what
I
that
agree with
person set out to. Like, man, like, do you want to work for something and obtain something and you know look at the fruits of your labors and.
Well, everybody's different, man. But at the
I
same
get it, yeah, I
time,
agree.
they make money off that. They already know that most people are lying. They already know that, but they get stuff
man.
for that.
I think,
they make money for that.
I think they do. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, because they want to help a person that's really critical. I'm gonna tell you that for sure. If you got real serious issues, they want to help that person. They'll help a person that got a mental problem. They'll help a person that got like just emotional like problems or what I mean, stuff like that. But they want to help a person that could barely walk. They want to help people like that. They want to help. It takes a long time for those people to get disability. But if you got like a brain problem, like you got emotional problems, or you psycho and stuff like that, they give them all the money in the world.
I don't want nobody crazy here walking around the streets
because those people are they're ticking time bombs to society. So you gotta, you know what I'm saying?
That's that.
Yeah, but anybody can act as a ticking time bomb. Anybody can be that. But like I said,
some of them front.
Money to be made in anything.
Some of them
there's money to be made there. That's why it's allowed.
It's people that tell their kids to act like you this and that so we can get a check.
Yeah.
So so that's true. That's true, Wide. I mean, I get what you're coming from. Yeah.
That's just.
It's
they make money off it anyway, bro.
Yeah, we
But you know what? The system is messed up.
Yeah, if you hang the fruit in front of your face and it's like, hey, come get it. Yeah, there is also some corruption there. They probably skimming money off the top and diverting funds and stuff like that. This stuff set it to the side. But don't, when I see fire departments with cups outside and I'm driving and they're asking for money, man, I just shake my head, man. I'm not giving you any money. I pay taxes, man. Why aren't y'all getting the money y'all need from the government, man? Why are y'all out here with cups? I mean,
they get robbed too. Because they get robbed too.
Don't understand it, man.
I mean, that's what we would think that they're getting robbed. We don't. I guess we would never really know that unless we
absolutely right.
Actually, want.
They're getting robbed too, man. Everybody's getting robbed, man. Everybody under order is getting robbed.
All this
the fabrication, man. The people who run it.
All this foreign aid flying out of here, man, and no government agency should be, or any local county should be asking for donations with all this foreign aid flying out of this country every year, man. France and whoever else is getting it. You gotta be kidding me, man.
Yeah, because money is computerized anyway. They could throw any amount in that fucking computer.
Right.
That's the real game, the money.
That is. We don't even got the currency to back it up.
Yeah, it's not physical money. They put it in a computer. You can put anything in there. Right. That's the game they play on us. They got plenty of money.
Mm-hmm.
They just play that game on us.
Yeah, but see, money doesn't benefit them. Money only benefits the slave. Money is like slave food. They use it to control people.
Yeah.
That's the only importance money got to the people who run this whole thing is they got power with it. It means nothing to them. It just means it just gives them power over people. The money, they don't care if they lost billions of dollars. Because the only people who care about the billions of dollars is the people who care about money. They use money as food, and then we eat the money.
The people that have millions of dollars, they don't even care about it because they have it. We're the ones in a rat race that's worried about money. You think someone asked a question the other day, hey, this rich guy is real cheap. He don't give money to nothing. Yeah, that's why he rich. That shit don't bother me. He got the money. He ain't got to worry about let me make sure I pay my water bill, or let me the cable bills then doubled up because I didn't pay it last month. I got to come out $500 out my check, man, to pay this damn. And don't worry about that. Imagine taking that out of the equation of your life, man, not having to worry about paying for stuff. So money is, to me, I feel money's more important to somebody like you and I who's out here working, either you're having your own business or working with somebody. I think that, money's more important to us, man, because we're trying to obtain it. Once we obtain it, in keeping it, you can keep money in the bank and live off the interest from it if you're smart. You know what I'm saying?
But then at the end of the day, they always find a way. Put it this way, once people start catching up, everybody making good money, they find a way to take that extra money that we made to change our lives, so we don't have to. It's like they get us before we get to a certain point. Okay, they're making good money now. People are saving money. Oh, let's bring up some new tax law or bring up something new just to take it right back out their pocket.
Let me ask you this.
They don't want you to have anything.
Hold on, Pat. Let me ask you this. If tomorrow There was free education for every single United States citizen in this country. Free education to any university you want to go to. All you had to do was show up, maintain a certain grade point average, make sure all your classes are taken, and everyone here, and if you want to get your master's after you got your bachelor's and you want to get your doctorate after that, everything was free. It was no, hey, let me see if I have the money to do this. Let me see if I qualify for it. And your grades were right. Grades have to be right. Tomorrow, everyone who qualifies you can go to any university you want, Harvard, Yale, Hawaii, Alaska, whatever. What do you think would happen?
But do I think people would actually take advantage of that, or they just don't want to do it?
They say they did because there's people that probably want to go to a certain school and can't get in because of maybe financial or situational stuff that they can't.
That's what it's designed to do. Separate.
What happens if you offered everybody free education?
You from success.
What happens if you offered everyone a free education? Everyone. No one's is no kind of class.
If they offer free education, they most likely would it'd be something like not too much of a big gain. If they offered everything free, the gain, it wouldn't be worth the gain. That's how they work.
My thing is,
if they did that, it wouldn't even be worth it. It wouldn't even be worth it.
What? Yeah, right. Would a
you
master's
have to
degree
be creative to make something.
Would a master's degree hold any weight? Probably. Would a doctorate hold any weight? No, because whether financial or educational, everyone can get it. If you pass the class and stuff. I mean, I look at that like, I'm looking
But you gotta always think about this though. You gotta think about the choices. Because most people get where they at because they know people that know people that know people. That would be a big thing too. Like we all can have doctor's degrees, but only certain amount could get in.
Oh, of course.
You know what I mean? They get free flags and everything. You'll be at McDonald's still and talk about you got a doctor's degree.
Yeah.
Because I remember a lot of people talking about they got degrees and they doctor. Like, damn, why you working at McDonald's? So now you probably owe the college like $80,000 that you got to pay them off. College was always a hustle to me. It was always a delusion. It was always a hustle, and it's a rich person's place. So you send your poor ass to college, and you sitting there breaking bank. Your parents, whatever, killing themselves. Well, you still don't get nowhere at the end of the day.
Well, that's the real shit. But I think he's talking about if it was free. You saying if it was free?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if it was free, there wouldn't be nothing. It would be a new way of success. Like it would be more.
Let me clarify this because let me say this: when the degrees do and the master's degrees do open up doors for you. So let's not. I'm not discounting that. That door, there's, you got a doctorate degree and there's some jobs, certain careers open up for people. Yeah, it does. But what if it was available for everybody? I
don't think it opens up for everybody though, man. That's just like anything else. When you get something, man.
But he's saying, what if it did? If it did, then they would just make it harder. They would come out with something else to make that not the standard.
You gotta go up.
They're always gonna make it harder for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much.
You gotta have a good record. You never touch alcohol in your life. You never have any kind of.
Yeah, we're getting more. Right. Okay.
Yeah. They will come with something else. Like, okay, you got this. Now you need this. You know what I'm
saying? Bad credit.
Right.
Yeah. How's your credit?
Bad credit. Some jobs. There's a job I had that my credit. I had to have a good credit score to get a job. Being a cop, you got to have a good credit score. I don't know if it's still like that, but
that's so.
Would you have a good credit score? That's true. First thing I ask you, how's your credit? But
know that.
Yep. So we were talking about censorship.
Yeah, man. They don't try you to ask for
right. Well, that's what we get. We were talking about censorship today. How we got with the R rating stuff and the licensing censorship with the CPI, with the volunteers who actually set the pace and words and stuff that you cannot use in wartime and stuff like that. It's a world, and I'll go back to I think our second or first podcast, man. This platform that we're on, if they say you can't say monkey, or you say monkey, they have the right to take your stuff down. We don't own YouTube, so we have to abide by certain rules and stuff. And in his pocket. Now we had our own type of thing. Then you have to probably worry about the FCC. They would definitely get involved in words you can't use in broadcast, and you can't just go on a TV station. I can't go set up a TV station tomorrow and say, hey, this is Channel 7. I got to have certain licenses and permits and stuff.
Yeah.
So and that's all to regulate stuff and control people, man.
Control stuff. Yeah. That's part of the matrix, baby.
Absolutely.
You'll be under corruption when people trying to download or listen to your videos. They be like, this may be a infected.
But guess what?
You know what I mean? Like to scare people off.
guess what? When it comes to this YouTube thing, I don't know where they thought that YouTube would go, but man, I watch YouTube more than I do TV. I don't watch cable TV, man. I watch YouTube.
Me too.
I'm getting my information from here. But did you
Hollywood
notice 5 years ago that that video that we put up never would have been taken down about that? We're just speaking. We're just some common people speaking our opinion on things and what we see out of our lens, man. And they took that down because they thought that was setting and telling people some different stuff. And we're talking testimonies, people that we know, certain things, and trying to connect the dots. They don't want you to connect the dots. They don't. So whatever they can do to put a monkey wrench in you connecting the dots, they're going to keep on doing that. Using the tools and ratings and all kind of other stuff. So it is here, man. And I think this, like I said before, with the freedom of speech, man, I don't feel like it's freedom of speech in this place, man.
It never has been.
Right.
It never has been.
Tell me.
That's an
Like you
illusion,
said,
just like money.
I can't go buy a
freedom
gun.
of speech on people's platforms.
Right.
It's not freedom of speech on people's platforms. I mean, that's the thing. Everything we do is through somebody's platform. So there is freedom of speech, but you can't do that in somebody else's house. That's the problem. Like a person in their house can just reject you and tell you to leave. You know what I mean? So that's the difference. That's the trick behind it all.
That's true.
There's freedom of speech, but you got to go through this before if you know what I mean. It's like certain.
Yeah, I mean that's because Facebook is controlled. Instagram, all that shit is controlled. I mean, I don't know if y'all seen it on YouTube where they actually had FBI agents saying they use CIA agents. They said they use Facebook to get people. So for them saying that, that lets you know it's controlled. I mean, I ain't making this up. Ain't conspiracy theory. Look it up. They having conversations about how they use it.
Yo, Kareem,
social media.
It's common sense. You don't even need to be like, it's common sense. Everything that happens around us is basically common sense. You know they're not gonna let people have that type of freedom. They'll find ways to cage everything you do. They'll find ways to monitor everything you do. That's all they do.
Yeah, and that's
they're
what
not
they
gonna
do
sit there. Oh, you can do this.
Type it in though. Type it in when you get a chance.
to.
CIA talking about, I guess, social media. I would say. Type that in. They showing you. They talking about it like we use it on people.
CX the producer, what's going on, my G? Watching the next few years, you're gonna see more and more kind of things put in place, because right now they're trying to figure it out. Like, do social media companies have the right to censor you and do kind of like private sector work, kind of like that?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, because they own it.
First Amendment,
but they're in control.
They have the right. It's their house.
And they control it.
They have the right though. It's their house.
Yeah.
You gotta take
we were
their
talking
house.
about before.
Yo, RTO Beats, man. We need to get RTO Beats on here because he seemed like he'd be having a lot. He
was on here. He subbed for you one time a few weeks ago.
Oh, did it? Well, tell me he need to come through, man, because he be having some things to say. Matter of fact, I met him when we did the fight things. He was cool. Good people.
Yeah, shout out to RTO Beats out there.
And that's funny how they use a lot of stuff that they say that you have the freedom to do.
Hold on.
But everything goes through a platform.
Hey, hold on, Pot. CX the producer. What up, man? He says dudes don't let police do their job because they show everything they do online.
Said dudes don't let police do their job.
He said dudes don't let the police do their job because they show everything they do online. I'm probably meaning the cops show everything online as far as the stops. And you guys watch that the videos when these people go out and they just go to checkpoints and things, and the cops are trying to do their job, maybe trying to stop people from smuggling in certain things, weapons, whatnot, and they ask them, hey, am I being detained, or am I under arrest? Do you have a warrant? Stuff like that, man. And I don't like that I don't like the entrapment or the bait stuff that they do. I think that it kind of creates a I don't know, man. It creates a lot of tension. You can go online and see that all the time. These people is driving around messing with cops and trying to, everything's online now, man.
Yeah, a lot of times people just film it like they want it to be a problem that for likes. I see that too.
Because they don't want to pay that. They don't want to pay that ticket.
No, I don't have to let my window down. It's like some people kind of baiting them.
I don't like
that. You know what I mean? They
I don't
bait
like that. Even though there's some pigs out there, I tell you. But there are some people that do protect and serve, and it is what it is, man. Everyone's just trying to make.
I don't know about that, Shawty. I don't know about that. I ain't never seen nobody protecting anybody. All I see is people get pulled over and get fined. That's all I see. People get pulled over, get harassed, and I ain't never seen no protection since I've been born. I never seen a cop save somebody from anything. All I see is cops come at the apple. I mean, you can shoot guns back and forth. You won't see no cop until it's over. They'll come and say, "Oh, then he dead. He dead." They won't come and try to stop it, Brad. They won't make no prevention. They'll wait after the fact. So if you think you're gonna be protected in the middle of a gun war, the cops is waiting for the after effect. Then they come in writing tickets and asking questions whoever survived the thing, and then do what they got to do. So I don't know about that protection thing. It's after the fact.
Yeah, but with the cops, a lot of that pulling people over, is to make money for whatever city they're in. That's money. That's revenue for their city.
End of the month, beginning of the month.
Yeah, so if Neptune pull you over, might be some bullshit, but I can get them for this. That's a fine.
Have you ever said
revenue?
Hold on, let me CX. All right, CX, I'll send you a link. Hold on, put my homie CX on real quick. Give me a sec here. Hold on.
Somebody say, "Let me on, wide body."
Hold on.
CX the producer. Oh, you trying to come on? Okay. Dre, you back? You back, Dre? He right there. That's it. Can we hear
man.
him?
They trying to censor me, man.
he's still getting over the
trying to censor you.
Where are Rick? Still gone?
I guess Rick couldn't get on.
Yeah, Rick's it was gonna be tough. All right, CX. CX the producer. I don't know. Yeah, Rick's know him. That's the
tripped over a telephone.
CX, me and CX do the Master Channel podcast together with the music stuff, man. But I mean, you can't say that all cops. Listen, man, I ain't never met a pig I like. I've been definitely harassed in my time. I just get pulled over for nothing.
That never happened to me. I got to be honest. I don't remember. Not that I can remember. A lot of people experience that. I haven't experienced getting fucked up for nothing.
Oh yeah,
being pulled over for nothing.
I got stories for hours.
I met some good cops, man.
Yeah.
I met some bad ones.
I met good cops with good personality, but they disappear when it all goes down.
Because they gotta make sure they stand with their comrades. I mean, I got pulled over. I had a warrant actually for I was supposed to go to court because I was fighting a ticket that code enforcement gave me because I was moving. I put out some trash, and which I had the right to, because I had already called the city to come move it. So court enforcement showed up and was like, black people, you give them a position, they just go overboard. So they got real greasy with me, and so I was like, write me the ticket. So I went to court, fought the ticket, and when you plead no contest or not guilty or whatever, they tell you to come back. I was in the process of moving, so I'm waiting on the court date for them to tell me when to come back to court. Long story short, I never got the notice, right? Fast forward maybe 6 months down the road, I get pulled over for a speeding ticket, but then they was like, you got a warrant. Like, what?
Damn.
And
that shit.
Yeah, so they can see what you got the warrant for. They can see what it's about. So dude was like, damn, you got a warrant for some trash? So they was laughing. The cops was laughing like, this is funny. Wow. I was like, yeah, man, I know exactly what it is. There was some black cops. They was mad cool. So, they put me in the car. They allowed me, to call my girl to come get my car. They didn't impound my shit because the asshole would have impounded my shit. Yep. Then he let me keep my phone.
$600.
Yeah, he let me keep my phone. He was like, look, first he said, I'm gonna handcuff you in the front. You're not gonna give me no problems. I was like, nah. So he handcuffed me in the front, which they don't do that. They always put your hands behind your back. He said, I'm gonna let you keep your phone because I had to go to Forest Park for the ticket, but the warrant was in Clayton County, so they had to take me to Clayton County. So he's like, when you get back in the car from one precinct, I'm gonna give you your phone back so you can call whoever you need to call, and then boom. So they was mad cool with it. So I've met cops that was assholes, but the crazy thing is when I got to the jail and they take all your shit, they was like, look, you get a phone call, right? Who can you call? And here's like when we first started using the cell phones heavy, right? So niggas don't know no numbers by heart. Everything it's in the phone.
Yeah. Right.
I asked the chick, I was like, yo, can I get a number out the phone? And she was like, no.
See?
I was like, and keep in mind, nobody knows you in fucking jail if you don't call nobody and tell them.
Exactly.
Right. Oh,
so the white cop was like, you know what? You got 5 minutes. Go ahead and make your call. But the black chick treated me like I had just bodied somebody or something. They treated me like I had, it was crazy. But Nah, man, there's good cops and bad cops, but you can't tell the good ones from the bad ones because they cover each other. Nobody speaks up because it's a brotherhood.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what makes it bad.
What up,
How y'all
CX?
brothers? How y'all brothers doing?
Peace,
Well,
bro.
Man.
Hey,
Peace.
my statement was misinterpreted.
All
What
right.
I mean is, dudes don't let police do their jobs, meaning that they do all the work for them.
Oh, okay.
They show
Yeah.
every illegal activity they do
Oh,
online.
okay. I
Yeah,
stand
true.
corrected.
So
I
it's
stand
like
corrected.
it's like they don't even give them you got to make it harder for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about in general. If you're saying you're not this and that and other, but you're on social media showing that you're this, that, and other,
Yeah.
they don't even have to investigate. They just bring the video to court.
Right, right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
real quick.
that's what I meant. That's what I meant by they're not letting the police do their job. Now filming them, hell yeah, they need to be filmed at all times.
All time.
Because
I agree with that.
At all times, because anytime you're working on a job, any type of setting, there's always cameras.
Yeah.
We get filmed at work. You understand what I'm
Film.
saying? And our jobs are not as significant. We don't have life and death in our hands at any time. They do. You understand what I'm saying? So they supposed to be filmed all the time. And if you can't handle having a job like that, being a police officer with being under scrutiny, then you shouldn't have that job. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I live by NSA, the National Security Agency. You understand what I'm saying? My sister was at NSA.
Yeah.
You know how much it takes to get a job over there? You gotta go through this top secret clearance. They gotta interview you, your neighbors.
Can imagine.
Yeah, all that type of stuff.
Yep.
Why shouldn't a person that's a police have to go through that as well?
Yeah.
True.
You
indeed.
understand what I'm saying?
I thought they did. They don't take them through all that. I thought they did.
Hell no.
Nah.
Yeah.
They have what they call a military to police pipeline. And what I mean by military to police pipeline, like they always say, you know, they had a school to prison pipeline or whatever with black people. What I mean is, if they see you got a military background, they want you immediately. They don't care what you've done in the military.
Yeah, I know
They will count. They will count that time you had in the military towards the time that you're gonna have with them. Blah, blah, this, that, and other. But they don't know that, you know, what you know what I'm saying? But my statement was, like I said, they need they don't give the police a chance to do their job. And what I mean is they're doing everything for them.
Yeah, you can sit on social media all day and catch collars.
Well, that's what social media was initially set up for. It was surveillance.
Hey, before y'all go on, I want to make a real quick. Roger Wallace, shout out Rod Wallace. He said, and this is a great point: the institution of policing, it is what is corrupt, and the institution of policing. Do we agree with that?
Well, I mean the whole system itself. I mean, because the whole that's why they call it systematic racism.
Yeah.
The whole system, from the police to the prosecutors, all of that. You know what I'm saying? How is a prosecutor going to be able to charge a police that they work with on cases? That's
the difference between just being prejudiced and systematic racism. It's a difference.
Yeah.
People got to understand that systematic shit fucks you up.
Yeah.
Your neighbor might not like you because you're black. Fuck him.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's
systematic shit fuck you up.
Yeah. It's definitely a system. And what I mean by system, I mean from somebody who went through the criminal justice system and sat in prison for 11 years. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And the judges, they don't give a damn. People may say, "Oh man, black on." Ain't no such thing as black on black crime, for one thing. But the other thing is this: when it's two black people going in a courtroom, and it's some violent stuff going on, and the judge is sitting there, and the judge is white, he may make it seem like that black person is a monster or whatever, or make it seem like, it ain't racist for me to do this because both of them are black. So when I hand this sentence to you, it won't look excessive. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a lot of times that's one thing. The other thing is the sentencing guidelines and the discrepancy, because see, state judges have discretion. They could say your time is for a charge is 5 to 30. And they could say, well, that's the guidelines. But they could say, no, we only gonna give you 2. You know what I'm saying? Federal judges do not have discretion. And that was the problem with that whole situation. When people were getting all this excessive time for crack, for powder, and all this stuff. But that all that is systematic racism. And it's not just that. That's in banking, redlining homes and bank loans and all this. I mean, you can go on and
well said.
Shit that really affects your life. Motherfucker being prejudiced don't really. I mean, it can affect your life, but not like systematic shit. Systematic shit
freedom
could affect your family, you know what I'm saying, your money, your education. That's systematic.
It could definitely destroy something. And I mean, and I mean, from the time, I mean, you look at all these commercials. We'll help you with your credit debt. If you got credit debt of $20,000 or $30,000, we'll help you with. I don't know no black people that's able to get a loan for no $20,000 or $30,000 to let alone get no debt
even if you got good credit, your credit ain't good enough to get a cash loan like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I tried it already. My credit, I had excellent credit, and they made up the most stupidest way not to give me the money. They say, but you you're great on this part, but you're not good on. What the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? But it's like good credit to me, honestly, is just a different form of debt. Having credit, period, is debt. If you got bad credit, you got negative debt. If you got positive credit, if you got good credit, you got positive debt. At the end of the day, you got to spend money to maintain that credit, no matter what. So you in debt anyway. Once you use those cards, that card amount is your debt. So you already got debt. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's like you're plugged in now. We got them plugged in.
Yeah,
now we can control shit and run the shit.
Yeah, you plugged in. And,
debt is debt. It's cheaper to spend all the money and pay the cheaper amount in a couple of years and get off. You spend, you use like $100,000
and they'll penalize you,
and then spend a little bit and get it all back. You know what I mean? Like, it's ways to get them. I don't want to put that out on here, but all I'm saying is, people so caught up in getting good credit because they want to borrow money. That's debt already. Thinking like, okay, I need good credit to borrow $300,000, which I never be able to pay off. So what are you talking about, huh?
What you saying?
Use your own money. Save the money and spend your money. You know what I mean?
Go ahead, Dre. Dre was.
Oh, I was just saying, like the debt and credit system. There's a lot of loopholes in it that they really don't really educate you fully on how the shit works. They give us surface shit. Just a lot of surface information on how it's supposed to work, but this shit is way deeper than what we think and how to utilize the credit. And you got some people out there who know how to utilize this shit to its full potential, and they'll penalize you for not even spending the fucking money. Like they want you to spend the money.
I got lost money.
We think as black people, let me save this shit, let me pay, let me save. There's like, nah, they want you to spend this shit, spend it.
Damn sure.
Yeah, if you're not utilizing it, if you're not using it, I'm not giving you shit because it's like you holding on. I want to see how you using this shit.
You're hoarding credit cards. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've seen my mother does that. She hoards her credit cards, and she like, I got 5,000 on this one, 3,000 on this one. I'm like, well, what are you gonna do with it? I'm just, I may need them,
yeah. That's not how.
It's crazy because you would think that would be fine.
It's designed to create.
But that's how they teach us. Yeah, that's how they teach us. They teach us that. Everybody knows you got a credit card. You either hold on to the money and you spend it, pay that shit back. Bottom line is, if you spend it, you know what I'm saying, and you have paid some back, ask for some more. They'll give you some more when you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
When you owe.
You know what the biggest discrepancy when it comes to banking and all that, this, that, and other, home ownership. You have people that pay their rent and never missed a day of paying their rent. If somebody could pay rent in a place $1,700 a month, right, and the bank won't give them a loan for a house and yet that loan could be $1,200 a month.
Right.
So you wouldn't give that person who's renting for $1,700, $1,800 a loan. They've been in that place
$500 more.
5 or 10 years.
Yeah.
So their bill paying record is immaculate. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You won't give that person that loan for lesser, in a sense, per month than what they actually pay when they rent.
Yeah.
That's
Because
Yeah,
you're
it's
crazy, yo.
overqualified. Because you're overqualified. Like all the jobs, when you try to get a job, you're too good. You're overqualified. They can't make no money off you.
You're right.
You're just
You're right.
overqualified.
Yeah. That's actually a good point, Pat. That's a good point.
They can't get no fees out of you.
Yeah.
You understand what
He's
I'm saying?
too good at what he do. We ain't gonna make nothing extra out of him because he always pay his shit. We need somebody that fucks up a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is true.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
True.
That's
But
crazy.
I mean, but think about it though. That is one of the biggest discrepancies that I've seen.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
You know, in my 50 years of being here, I'm like, hold up, man. Y'all been renting this place for what? 10 years? Y'all ain't never missed nothing, this, that, and other. Nope. And the bank won't give y'all a loan to buy a house. I think your rental history should be applied to your credit.
Thank you.
It really should. Because if you keep moving around, you getting evicted.
I'm gonna tell you why they want to do that. Oh, go ahead. I'm gonna tell you why they want to do that. This is why rent history shouldn't have nothing to do with credit, and that's why credit. Put it this way: you should have a credit for rent history. Like if you like, you shouldn't have a problem with
separate.
if you pay your rent. Period.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have a problem. They separate things. Because you know people gonna pay for their cost of living. You know what I mean? That's like vital. You gotta have a place that you're gonna pay that money. You're gonna pay that.
Yeah.
So they know if you're gonna pay that, like again, there's no profit in that. So we want to use other stuff to put that involved and put it all in one thing. Like, okay,
Mystery to me.
yeah, I mean, what I'm saying is, okay, people that got good credit. How can I say this, man?
I don't know what you said. They
People
just
that
want to find a way to put you into debt. Because
Yeah.
you pay your shit, you're gonna be in debt.
I'm just saying, but
They want you to stay in debt, and they can put
I'm just
interest
saying,
on you and all that
it
bullshit.
should be different. Hold on, though. But I'm saying the only thing that should really be used against you is like, can you maintain a job? Like, how long do you stay on your jobs to rent a house? That's what houses and stuff should apply to when you want to.
My thing is, you lay your head somewhere. That's the most. When I got my paying a mortgage is the most important thing in my bills. Paying a mortgage, paying my car, and everything else. Hey, I could sit in the house with no electricity.
I mean,
I'm gonna make sure that shit paid while in my head.
Two of the most important purchases you're gonna make on this earth is a car and a house.
Yep.
Those are two biggest, largest purchases you're gonna make. You know what I'm saying? But only thing I'm saying is, I get what you're saying. It shouldn't be applied in a sense. In a sense, it should, because it's dealing with the same thing: living in a dwelling. You understand what I'm saying? Whether you've been kicked out of certain dwellings, this, that, and other, a job, they could kind of use a job in a sense. Of course, they're gonna have to use income to show debt to income ratio.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? To see if you can afford what you're living. Yeah, if you can afford it.
Right.
But I mean, I just feel like they manipulate stuff when it comes to us. You understand what I'm saying? It's like they keep pushing the goal line back. You further. I mean, even to getting a job, sometimes you can't have some jobs. You can't even have no debt.
My wife's job like that. You cannot. She got a.
You cannot have no
new
debt.
way of keeping us down.
She gotta have.
Yeah, because like
you gotta think about
certain
by
credit.
me living in the DMV, and most of my family worked for the government, this, that, and other. Like, you can't get a job with the federal government if you have debt.
Yeah.
Especially if you're dealing with money.
Liability.
Yo, you could be the one that just transport money like to banks, ATMs. They won't give you a job for that if your credit bad. I guess they feel like, I don't know what they think.
Maintain your finances. How you gonna maintain your job?
No, they don't feel like that.
Yo, what do they think you gonna steal the money out the armored?
I used to have a job like that.
Feel like you're gonna be compromised.
Hell yeah.
Right.
What the armored car shit is what I'm talking about. They don't give you armored car jobs if your ass got bad credit. From what I've seen, I guess they feel like you're gonna steal the money to pay your credit off. I don't know.
Bank jobs too.
Hell yeah, bank jobs.
You gotta think about poverty. You gotta think about poverty though. It starts from poverty. They know most people from poverty is gonna have bad credit, man.
Yeah,
because you live in poverty. So So it's like you can't maintain. So it keeps you, even if you make a lot of money, you still can't step up. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like they kind of use that way. I mean, that's how they use that. Okay, if you got bad credit, but you got a good job, you got all this other stuff, but still,
it's layered, man. It's layered. It's a bunch of shit, man.
That's
why
when
you apply for certain shit, they be like, what's your zip code? Because the zip. That's why I tell people, man, the census, when they do that census shit, the census is just data on what ethnic group lives in a certain area, so they know where to move the money, where not to put the money, where to put the gas stations, where not to put the gas station, where to put the good restaurants, where not to put the good restaurants, where to put the bad food and the fucked up meat, where not to put the fucked up meat. All that shit is based on the census. So when they ask you
I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, when they ask you your zip code,
you know who really uses your zip code? Insurance companies.
Yeah. I was gonna say the insurance.
They do it too. With car insurance, they do.
Yeah.
Because they run your shit up and run
They're
it down.
the biggest criminals of all. They the biggest criminals. Them people.
Hell yeah.
What up, Pablo Chuck? No, we're talking about a lot of stuff, man. Welcome.
Yeah, you get a cheaper rate based on where you live.
When I used to be in sales, man, there was this book. It kind of looked like a phone book, and it'll tell you all the areas and what's the medium income and the house is worth, and that's where we used to go. We used to go to the high priced areas. But there's a book. I don't know if they still make it. This was back in the 90s, man. But there was a book out there. I was like, wow. Pretty sure it was
that's census information right there, buddy.
Yeah.
How many people live here? Are you black? You know, what's the ethnic group? You know, how many people in the house and all this type of shit.
Yeah,
because even when you fill out a job application, they shouldn't really ask that. What's the point of them asking what fucking race are you? Why are they asking me that though? Give me a good reason why they. Can any of y'all give me a reason why they asked that?
What?
Why you need to know that?
Oh, you know why?
When you fill out a job application, they always ask, "What race are you?"
Because that data is collected by the Department of Labor to see how many ethnic people or white people apply for certain jobs, and they connect. You know, that's how they get the breakdown on black people. But it has nothing to do with that particular job. It's just some shit they collecting. You saying? Basically. Yeah. See, that's that bullshit. It's not. It's part of It's actually part of the application process. Period. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all the ask that. Yeah.
They take that information and feed it into Skynet. Skynet figure it out on the other end.
Well,
I always say other. I never said black or anything. I always say other because I don't consider myself a label, a fabrication of what they created. You know what I mean? They named us black people. They named everybody whatever they are. Yo, I say other. I'm gonna name me. I was gonna name me Massa. Shit. I'm gonna name me. You can't trace me because I'm gonna name me.
You know that last conversation we was talking about the credit. You know, some people think that bad credit is a person that just accumulated a lot of debt. A lot of times, bad credit could be they don't have no credit at all.
Yeah, that's bad. They say that's worse than bad credit. Not having
because you have some people that be in the street. They pay for everything in cash. You know what I'm saying? Some people that work at certain places, they get their check cash that check cash spot. They don't have a bank account.
Yeah, they don't like bank accounts.
Man, look, we
can't make no money off them.
Pablo Chalk in the chat said, Pablo Chalk said he's saying those jobs that requires little debt or good credit, those are background checks and security clearances for those jobs, federal job security, etc.
Told you.
Right. Davenport said, I cross out African American and put black every time. RGO Beach said, ding, ding, ding. I've been preaching Skynet forever. And Digger Hurt says, blah!
Man, tell Davenport a goddamn German Shepherd is born in the United States, but they still call it a goddamn German Shepherd.
True indeed.
You understand what I'm saying? So you are of African descent. You understand what I'm saying? So basically you're African. You understand what I'm saying? You just was born in America. That's all it is.
Yep.
Right.
But you know what's so funny though, man? Good credit can be lost by one mistake. That's why it's just not.
It's like you gotta be perfect. You gotta be perfect.
Can't put inquiries.
Nigga, you lose your job and miss one payment. You lose your job, all that good credit is gone down the drain. Now it's a negative. You know what I mean? It's hard to beat that. That's why I always tell people, if you got good credit, utilize it, take advantage of it, and throw it away. Because that's just what eventually gonna happen to you, man. Yeah, I'm serious, man. You can have a car, big house, making all this money. Once you miss or miss have a problem with your money, you can't make a payment or something. That credit, all the credit companies look into it. They start penalizing you. They start dropping you everything, because that's what happened to me. I had a lot of cars. I had a mad car. As soon as I gave back,
one sec,
everybody canceled me out.
Davenport says a white man can be African American but not black.
Man, tell Davenport lay down, man.
Shout out Davenport in the chat. Shout out RTOs.
Tell Davenport get his life together,
could
man.
be African American.
No, he got it twisted. You got some Europeans that lived in South Africa
The Dutch.
that could say that they're see, that's a nationality. That's a nationality. That's not actual.
Exactly.
Did they migrate down there or something, or Congo? I don't really know the whole.
Yeah, I mean, they come from the
If
Belgians.
you from a continent, that's what you call. If you from a continent, that's your yeah.
It's a difference between the nationality and the race.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like American.
Right.
Like you could say, my nationality is American. You understand what I'm saying? American doesn't have a color. You understand what I'm saying? Like if I go to Russia and say, well, I wanna get nationalized here. So when I get nationalized, I'm Russian. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Right.
A lot of those gangsters flew over from here that went to Israel and got Israeli protection as well as citizenship once Israel became a spot. But yeah, you're right. Good point.
But then I got one with that too. Like what they say, we African American, African descent. I guess so, but then it's research to prove it was people here before that did come as slaves. So are they really African Americans?
I say like this. It's
been proven research. There's people here before that.
I know about the land bridge and everything as well. Yeah. I've done a lot of studying on that as well. Okay. But when it all boils down, the source, we come from that source. You understand what I'm saying? Because we're the only group of African people that's been cut off from everything. I'm talking about African Americans. We've been cut off.
Right.
Culture been destroyed. We had to rebuild everything. You understand what I'm saying? But we're also the most emulated people in the world.
That's true.
So I guess a good term.
Go ahead.
Yeah, a good term to get into when it comes down to like if people don't want to get into them those brands and titles, just indigenous people of the planet Earth, and that's gonna go back to melanated people. And we were here first. So being that we were here first, we are tied to the land, period, all over. We're tied to the land. So when you're tied to the land, you are labeled as a native. So we are the Native Americans. We're native to the continent, to the land. So we were here already. That's people of color, melanated people all over the planet Earth.
And that's how I kind of look at it. I believe we were every fucking way. I don't think we was just in one region.
So I guess
I'm not gonna say we were just in one region.
Because they teach us that. They want us to always think of ourselves as they brought us over here and now they civilized us. That's how they want us to think. Like we were always slaves. But we weren't always slaves.
Well, they want you to think you just got here and you're not from nowhere. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to think you're from nowhere. And that's the crazy part. When you start talking about your race and where your ancestors are from, then they want to hit you with, no, everybody, you're here. You were born in America. We're Americans. Why are you worrying about that? Like, it's okay when you say I'm half German, Italian, and all, but when we start talking about where we're from, it's an issue. You understand what I'm saying?
Because when you talk about from where you from, it's a root to freedom and understanding. It's deeper because when you start digging into where you from, now you start digging into a different reality. Now you start seeing things for what they really are. So when you coming from that source got a lot of history and in a foundation of why we here today. Nobody wants to go there.
Let me add on to that. Another reason why they have to give us these titles and disconnect us from the land source, because the fact of the matter is, if we're already home, then that means there's foreign occupiers on our land. So if you can disconnect the people from the land, say you're not from here, you're from somewhere else, then we don't have jurisdiction to say, hey, this is my house, you need to get the fuck out. And as long as we identify with anything other than being tied to the land, then motherfuckers can move in your house and do what they want to do.
Well, you're talking about dealing with colonizers. They don't give a damn if you're from the land. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about colonizers who we're dealing with. You feel what I'm saying? And look what they did to other cultures throughout the world. People of color throughout the world.
You violence and force.
From the Aborigines to the as they say, Native Americans here to all throughout Africa. To even name another. Well, they went through every goddamn continent except Antarctica, because nobody really was there. But they didn't call it that.
Antarctica is.
Yeah, they got a no-fly zone over that motherfucker.
And Antarctica is something there, man. But Antarctica is like a mystery, man.
Yeah, they know what's up there. They know what's up there.
Yeah, they don't
want us to know.
Yeah, they don't want us to know. But on everything, this is why people on another note love the Black Panther so much, because it showed us in a different light. The Black Panther, as far as that, that was the best nation in the world as far as technology. We don't never get shit like that. They always want us to think that they came up with everything. So in the Black Panther, we were kings. They had the most what's the word I'm looking for? Not the most advanced, I guess. They was the most advanced country in the world as far as Marvel. You know what I'm saying? So people love to watch that. They made us kings. The motherfuckers was in power. That's why people love that movie. It wasn't necessarily the best Marvel movie, but it was just that. That's why it made so much money. Black people love to see that. You know what I'm saying? We don't see that. All the movies we get is we in slavery. We trying to come up. It's always something where we negative and we trying to get better.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So Black Panther showed us with power already. Like we were more advanced than them on Black Panther. That's why people loved it so much.
That's a true story though.
I really think if some of the brothers and sisters here that had had that intellect and knowledge of self and everything like this, if they would go back to the motherland, they could put the motherland back in its glory. Because
they actually went back, you're saying?
Yeah,
they tried to make a difference. Okay.
Yeah, because you can't. The brothers and sisters that are there, they've been so corrupted by, and when I mean corrupted, I'm talking about places, countries in Africa where it's run by people that's African as well, Black as well. You know what I'm saying? Like it's no way that you look at Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? You look at Nigeria, you look at the Sudan, you look at Ghana, you look at all these other places. They've been run by people that look like us. But even with them running it, they still kind of destroyed a whole lot. Because how is it that the country or the land you're on produces most of the components that the world use, but your country is poor?
You mean natural resources?
Because those people have been bought and paid for. Those leaders have been bought and paid for.
Bought and paid for, it's in their pockets.
I get that. But you take somebody like, some of the, I'm talking about the real brothers and sisters here, and put them over there and let them run there and watch what will happen. I mean, having a different, I ain't gonna say Western perspective, but just a different African perspective, our perspective of our people here.
Not in government.
And take them over there and put them in power over there and let them run something for a while. You know what I'm saying?
They'd be nice, but they're not interested. They don't want to do the shit.
The powers that be would bump you off.
Would not allow that.
That's what happened to Gaddafi. They got rid of Gaddafi because he was trying to change up the landscape. He was trying to get, AFRICOM set up and take those African nations and connect them all together. He was trying to get
Pan-African.
He wanted to
like a Marcus Garvey type
put African satellites in space. He wanted to create a gold standard for the money, and they got rid of them. And this is how they get down. So they only understand, violence and money, and that's it. So the bottom line is, I'm not advocating people to go to war, but I'm saying, if you look at the universal forces, this shit got to be destroyed, man. This shit got to go. You know what I'm saying? And man is not going to be able to do that. Nature's going to have to destroy this shit, and man going to have to rebuild it in a different perspective. But it got to go. People are corrupted.
But man is nature, so he will destroy it. But at the same time, the reason why Africa is presented that way and perceived that way, y'all got to know this, man. This is from from my own perspective. You got to think about where the sun lines up, and you got to think about what's in Africa that makes it so rich. Like what the connection to Africa, the earth, what connects the power of the earth to the sun. If you think about it, where the pyramids are and all that stuff, the sun the sun gives off heat rays. Where I'm not a scientist or anything like that, but I know Africa is where most of all the elements and all that stuff you will find all the gold and stuff like that, right? Yeah. What's it called? Conductive. What is it called? Like
conductor, which is gold. Gold is the best conductor. Cobalt.
Right. So oil too. You got oil.
I mean, natural resources. You can put all that in natural resources. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah. So think about it. That's where you find all this stuff at. Most of this stuff is there because that's where, in my opinion, that's where the sun connects to the earth. That's where the sun has to feed the inner sun. There's a connection, like a big wire to gold and all that stuff that feeds the sun inside the earth to power the earth. Oh. So it's like,
oh shit, you're going deep now, bro.
Hey, hold on, man. Hold on.
But you get to oil, you get to all that stuff, man, because the sun feeds that energy. Africa is the hottest region, right? I'm not sure. Is it like the hottest region or something like that?
Florida.
I mean,
said Florida.
It'd be hot as hell in Florida.
It may not be the hottest. It may be the hottest below the equator.
Arizona.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because it goes by, in a sense, below the equator. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So any countries that's kind of below the equator are usually the hottest.
Does it get winter there? No, right?
Some places do, like up by Mount Kilimanjaro, it actually snows up there.
Yeah, in Africa?
Okay,
wow.
Yeah. I didn't know that. Okay, that might mess up my theory then. So, but I'm saying, think about it. You got a lot of black ass motherfuckers in this area where the sun spends a lot of time there. If there's if the people are darker there, the sun goes on vacation, it stays there probably most of his life. It feeds that continent, but that continent has to be some kind of hole or some kind of power source to conduct the earth. That's how I feel about it. There's a lot of elements and stuff to find.
It is the found besides the higher power God. It is the foundation of life. You got animals over there that haven't evolved only once. Mm-hmm. A lion only evolved once.
Oh shit!
A crocodile. I mean, they got crocodiles over there. Crocodiles only evolved like once. An elephant only evolved once.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
What was it, a mammoth at one point?
It was a mammoth. Everything comes from there. Everything. There is no way around it. There is no way around it.
So the consensus is we are original man. It began and it probably most likely it's going to end with us. And when I say end, people get caught up in it's over, but we talking about cycles here. This planet is governed on cycles. So at the end of a cycle, there's a birth of another cycle, and we're at the end of a cycle, and we're going into a new cycle.
Build and destroy.
So right now, something is on its way out, and something is on its way in. And I honestly, based on my research, we play a major part in how this shit ends and what's going to be produced in the new cycle. So it's a good time now.
I mean, you got to think it's more people of color on this earth than anybody. You know what I'm saying? Than anybody. And
clap to that again, Rob, bro.
And the main thing that powers life on this planet is the sun. You understand what I'm saying?
And we are people of the sun.
There you go. We're born from the sun. You understand what I'm saying?
Melanin.
Yeah, that's exactly what melanin is.
Yeah, we can handle
Melanin,
the sun. The darker you are, the longer you can stay in the sun, because it takes more. Your darker your skin is, it takes a while for you to soak up all.
That's true. Because my daughter's mother black as hell. Dre pot know her. She black as hell. Yo, we used to be outside. I'm like, yo, it's hot as hell, man. She chilling outside. Let's go back in the AC. What the fuck are you doing? But she good out there. Like it's hot as hell. She good. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo.
Yeah, it's a difference between the sun rays and the humidity.
The humidity different. Yeah, humidity. Yeah, because that's that sweating, that hot sweating.
So even though we've covered a lot of stuff about police and credit and all this, I mean, in a nutshell, we win in the end of this whole shit. Bottom line. So. No, it's already it's in our DNA. We win. Do you find it ironic that you find articles about Bill Gates trying to block out the sun?
I never seen him trying to block out the sun. I've never seen that. Okay, I never seen that.
Yeah,
they want to stop. Yeah, they want to stop where we're going in this new cycle, and we play a part in that. Their birth rates have already been dropping, and they can't even catch up, man. So they got to reduce the population.
Ooh, bro, that's all.
And they got to block out the sun. So
we population control. Yeah, that's why he goes throw them vaccines.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Is it because
watch vaccine talk and the C word, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, I ain't even going.
Yeah, no, you good. I'm telling
you. You're right. Yeah, you're right. My bad, dog.
You good?
He was talking about how certain things are like talking about slave movies and all that shit. There's shows that's out that was good and it made everyone of people of color look good in the light and shit like that, and overpowering the quote unquote white man and all that shit. And it's funny how all that shit has been pushed to the side now. Like say what's that fucking Lovecraft Country? The shit that was about to happen in that show.
That's my shit right there.
Me too.
Shit, like the next season was about to be fucking amazing, and
my god,
it was about to be crazy, and they canceled that shit.
They shut it down.
They shut that shit down. Fucking
that was
American Gods, old shit with Anansi the Spider, all this shit he was talking about.
They kicked him off.
Yes, because it's making black people uplift themselves to over the oppressor, and they don't want that shit. If you remember the motherfuckers who was out there marching and what was that, North Carolina and shit? What was it? What the dudes with the motherfucking tiki
Charlotte?
Remember these motherfuckers was marching talking about you will not phase us out. Their whole fear is being fucking phased. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it is genetic annihilation, and they know that.
Yes.
Really, the only thing we got to do is stay out of the way. We need to prepare accordingly and survive, because the universe, God, the sun, whatever you want to call it, it has already started to activate what it needed to activate in our DNA, and they're rushing to shut this shit down. Thus, all the shows that he just talked about, you know what I'm saying? It's all about DNA activation. There's shit encoded in our DNA as the original people on this planet that they're trying to shut that shit down. And it's a process that they're terrified of that shit.
That's like a needle right now. You said that sound like a needle injection right there.
Just like black overtakes white, period. They know that shit. And
RT, I don't mean to cut you off, and I apologize for that. The whole thing is fear.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
getting at.
Yeah, it's exactly what I'm getting at. Yeah, they know that, and it's a fear, and they trying their hardest to fucking stop this shit, but they can't. It's impossible.
Yeah. But the fear I'm ready to tell you is not the fear that it will happen. It's the fear that, if the fear that we deal with as people of color every day, that fear when you get on the elevator with a certain European, and they're looking at you like, you know, like you're gonna do something to them, and you don't even know them from Adam. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I was just talking to my wife with that.
Yeah,
all this shit, they in their mind, they think that we're going to do to them as they
exactly
done to us.
Right. That's
I was just about to say
not
that
even
shit.
tripping.
Karma. That's karma, then, nigga. That's karma, basically.
We ain't even tripping. We're not even
not
people
those kind
like
of
that.
people, though. Black people
We're
ain't
the
like
most
that.
forgiving
Exactly.
people on this
Exactly.
planet.
Exactly. We're not tripping about that, but in their mind, they're like, oh fuck. We can't show them no type of shows of people uplifting. We can't let them know that they are original people here. We can't let them know that they're kings and gods. So they're gonna fucking come and just stomp all over us, and it's gonna be over. And shit. We're gonna hide all this shit.
I mean, that fear that they have, they constantly seeing walls being broken down. Remember before Tiger Woods started playing golf, they didn't really want no black person playing golf.
He fucked him up. Tennis with the Serena sisters. That fucked him up.
So I got something for y'all. I got something else for y'all. Okay, then, since we're talking about DNA, doesn't the jab alter your DNA?
No.
Doesn't the jab do something to your DNA?
No.
But that we not gonna build on that. But yeah, we can get deep into that. To answer your question, short answer, yes. But there's more to that. But we'll deal with that later.
Yeah, we'll deal with that later.
All right.
If you want,
Oh shit.
But yeah, it's all about fear, man. And I mean, the birth rates have
everything is fear. Everything is fear, yo. Everything.
But we win. But the beauty
have
of
a reason to be for the fucking shit. I mean, yeah, man.
I mean, taking a jab is fair. Everything fair.
Time, bro.
Taking a jab,
but we win. But we
fair.
win. The beauty of it is, you know what I'm saying? I mean, our kids and their kids, you know, we win. So I think we need, for those who need to celebrate that a little bit more. The fact that we're entering into a golden age right now, and you know, we talk about a lot of gloom and doom and shit's fucked up and this, that, and the third, but we need to start also, you know, if we are conscious enough to really start putting on Front Street the fact that we've arrived at a certain position in this cycle, and it's a beautiful time right now to be alive and to be in a body to witness this shit come down, because it's coming down, buddy. Whether you want to accept it or not.
But you know what, though? You also have a job. But you have a job to do. You still have a job to do. Like the elderly have a job to like from our like bracket of age, still have a job to do.
Well, let's
not
say elderly. Let's not say elderly. Let's just say, you know, our generation.
Our generation, they said elderly.
You still have a job to do because you can get knocked off.
Yeah, I got you, Pa. I know what you're saying. You know, we got to respond. If we're conscious enough and we got this information, and like I was speaking with another brother off the call, but the bottom line is, if we have this information, there's gonna come a time where a lot of people are gonna be seeking. They're gonna be seeking answers, because they're not gonna have a lot of. It's not gonna make a lot of sense to a lot of people.
Yeah.
When all this shit starts to really just come down, people are going to need answers. They're not going to know which way to turn, because the church is going to fail them. A lot of systems going to fail them. The government's going to fail them. Everything's going to fail, and they're going to need answers. And I think those people who are enlightened personalities are going to have a job to do, to say, hey, you know what I'm saying? Here's what I have to offer to put you at a little ease, to let you know, okay, this is where we at with it. And that's the job that I have, that I've accepted for myself, because I'm a light bearer. I can't speak for everybody else, but the fact that we building on this, you're a light bearer by default, whether you know it or not. So you got a job to do. And there's a time, that time is going to come at some point.
Some people, some of our people are going to be sacrificed. That's
the
part
that a lot of
people have
collateral damage.
It's always there.
Some of them going to be sacrificed. And and what I mean by sacrifice, it meaning that and some people may not be our people, but they're gonna be genuine allies.
Exactly. That's true. That's true.
I totally believe that. Because see, one thing about me, I don't believe in no goddamn blood. I believe in loyalty. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying from my experiences in life. I believe in loyalty.
Me too.
I don't give a damn if me and you share the same DNA. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking about far as they call family.
Right.
That means nothing to me. You understand? I could treat you like animals treat each other. They got some of them got the same DNA, could come from the same, as they say, mother. But they act like they don't know each other. You understand what I'm saying? But some people are going to be sacrificed for the greater good of all of us. That's
pretty much
Larry Elder.
That's just the form of natural selection.
Yeah,
That's how it has to be done.
I mean, you got to break some eggs to make an omelet, right? You got to break eggs.
I mean,
so that's what
that's
it
like
is.
saying that's like saying if Lil John over there tearing the neighborhood up, banging on people just to be doing it. You understand what I'm saying? And messing it up for everybody. Man, he got to go.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I mean by some people have to be sacrificed.
Yeah. Can we sacrifice Larry Elder?
Oh, I mean, man. T.O., man, y'all pulled that out, boy. Y'all pulled that out there.
Yo, because in truth, the first devil, and I don't mean the devil in hell. I'm talking about the devil in human was a black devil, right? Had to be the first one. We the original people, right? So the first true devil had to be a black
just a
devil.
negative person.
That would be true.
So the first true devil had to be a black devil.
But we are the grand architects of this whole shit. So I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean,
it's sad that in this world they're grooming us to have that nature. It's like that nature is like it's forced in our DNA, like to be and live in this program.
I hear what you're saying, but the universe has its checks and balances. So all like the brother was saying, certain people just gonna be deleted from the system.
You gotta be.
So don't even spend your energy worrying about them.
You can't.
They're
it's harder, but Tennessee is harder when it's family though. Like we can say that, but it's hard.
That's gonna be a tough pill to swallow because
that's a tough pill to swallow. Yeah.
I've been wired and deprogrammed a little different than a lot of people, and when I say that, I've been from the places I've been, from sitting where I was sitting at, and being able to watch the world go by for 11 years, and watch family members, not come to your aid, and being in a place where all of us are stripped of everything, and you really get to know people. I'm not your friend because you got a whip outside. I'm not your friend because I'm getting money. I'm not your friend. No, we friends because of a bond we have. True. You understand what I'm saying? So I learned that family blood doesn't mean nothing. People think it does, but it doesn't. You understand what I'm saying? Because if me and you not on the same accord and we don't have the same interests, then how are we going to function together? You cannot be positive and have negative around you all the time. Somehow, some way, it's going to get into your system.
Didn't you say you was going to rob me for my MPCs, man, when you saw me?
No, I didn't. Hey, Hurts. I didn't say I was going to rob you. I said I was going to obtain it from you for a little bit and hold it.
My bad. I misconstrued it. Sorry. How y'all brothers doing?
What's up, my brother? How you doing? What up, bro? Ain't no use you fading the back going. I already know what's in the background, man. You ain't, you know what I'm saying?
This became deep because we went way over what we normally do. We about 40 minutes in. But that's good.
Hey, man, y'all been talking. Y'all been talking good stuff. I've been in traffic,
combo,
man. I was in traffic, man. I was like, man, I was in traffic for about an hour going back and forth. Like, man, this is probably one of the best ones you guys have done, man, since the beginning, man. So kudos to you guys, man, because this shit is like, it's so necessary and so needed. These kind of build sessions are so needed amongst us, bro. So yeah, y'all keep it up, bro, for real.
I've been listening, and finally today, after months, I finally got down to sit down and listen to you guys. And I had to come on here. You know what I'm saying? I had to come on here. First thing, my wide body interpreted by junk. You know what I'm saying? So I had to had to come on and really elaborate and give some context to what I was saying. You know what I'm saying? And I know that this is something we do, Hertz, RTO, Y-By. You know, this is something we usually do anyway. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad you got some good brothers on here with you too, Y-Body. I'm glad to meet the brothers that's on here. Lawrence, right? I think I met Dre before. Kareem, you know what I'm saying? And just building, man. That's all it's about, building, man. You know what I'm saying? Building. You know, we ain't here to destroy nobody. We just here to give them some truth and not just opinion, but just truth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
True indeed.
Absolutely.
It's like you're trying to plant a seed of a way of thinking and being able to see things for what they are, not what they appear to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Cool, Pot. Hell of a quote. I like that, man. All right, damn, Pot.
I got that from Wu-Tang.
Oh,
yo, I thought it sounded familiar. I was like,
until next time, America.
I knew that was so for somewhere.
Stop it.
Oh, you know that shit too.
Oh man, that shit's the funniest.
He said that shit with a straight face. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. On that note, we're gonna have to shut down. We're going to have to shut it down. One more thing. Go ahead, Pot.
Man, we ain't gotta do nothing right now, man.
I will remove you off this podcast, bro. Easily. I'll get you quicker than you can figure it out. All right. Closing words, brother. You got it. Closing words, brother. Go ahead, Pot.
Want some candy?
Okay.
On October 31st, motherfucker.
All I gotta do is say
we don't observe that shit, bro.
I'm gonna say this what my mother always say. Everybody get their turn.
Yeah. That's true indeed.
Well, we definitely next in line, buddy.
All right, want to thank our special guest, Digger Hertz, CX the producer, and RTO Beats. Also like to thank the panel, the chat, RTO Beats Davenport, Paulo Chalk, CX the producer, Shelly Ann Reed, DJ Rec, DJ Swift, Agent Smith, Smith & Smith, Davenport, my comrade in arms, and everyone else who tuned in. Watch the playback here on YouTube. Y-By the Media, please check the playback. Also, shout out to our sponsors. Pop Woodshop, give them a call, 904-235-9248. Brother Ani, Coop, Pot, Malcolm Edwards, seeing me hustle. Ricks, this is DJ Y-Body saying catch us next time on Straight Up Podcast, episode number 25 coming live. Thank you very much. On 3, peace. 1, 2, 3, peace.